Welcome to Conversations with Zaki Baruti, with your host, Zaki Baruti. And like I always say, as I begin the program, I like to give a shout out to my biological family, what's going on, to the UAPO family, Universal African Peoples Organization family, as well as to New Life Evangelistic Center family, headed by Reverend Wright. Greetings of peace to everybody. Let your family and friends know that Conversations with Zaki Baruti is on right now. Tonight we're going to have a exciting show that I have in the studio with me, and very vivacious and beautiful young lady named Wright, who is a real ongoing activist in our community. Welcome to Conversations with Zaki Baruti.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Well, you know, you've been on a prior show, and I'm just honored that you're back with us. And you have a major event that's going to be taking place actually on Father's Day.
Yes.
June 18th.
June 18th, Father's Day. I will have Juneteenth holiday parade and celebration.
Oh, okay then. But before we get into that, you know, I always like to start my show out in terms of folks getting to know who the guests are. You know, if you would share a little bit about your background. I know you wear a lot of different hats as you put on your hats over your beautiful afro.
Thank you, Zaki. Actually, I'm an independent filmmaker and writer. I also have done a lot of acting, as well as I did some real estate investing. So those are my main strong points. As you said, I'm an activist, and I have a deep passion for fighting for what I believe is right.
Now, you spent a number of years also, you mentioned acting, so you've been in several movies, am I correct?
Absolutely. Devil in a Blue Dress.
The Devil in Blue Dress, yeah, that's with Denzel Washington.
Got a chance to work in a scene directly with Denzel, and he's an awesome guy. I mean, you know, just as charming as you see him on the screen.
Okay.
Did Gridlock with Tupac.
Tupac, you hung out with Tupac.
It was exactly, that was a wonderful scene. He's coming out of the welfare office actually in that scene, and I get to say, they're going to give me my money.
Okay.
If you blink, you'll miss me, so just watch it. You know, my party's short, but I'm there. Fresh Prince with Bel-Air, got an opportunity to work on that several times. I played a housekeeper, and just worked with just pretty much all of our top celebrities, black and white, and just had a wonderful time. Worked with Eddie Murphy, Harlem Nights, and list goes on.
Oh, well, that's great. Just want to salute you. So you were in the sunny state of California for a number of years.
Absolutely. I moved to California as a young adult. I was out there for about 20 years, and I came back to St. Louis. This is where I was born and raised.
Okay, so now in St. Louis, you have also, and we'll be getting to Juneteenth, but I just wanted to set the scenario as far as your activism in the community. You've been involved in a lot of fronts. You have worked with a homeless shelter led by New Life Evangelistic Center. Give me, you know, with the closure of New Life Evangelistic Center, and prior to that, just give me some of your feelings, gut feelings, as relates to how the center was treated by the city of St. Louis, and just your gut feelings on.
Well, you know, we're celebrating, Missouri is celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Humane Society. And, you know, Humane Society, that's a good thing. But, you know, we're providing shelter for dogs and cats. We're feeding them, free medical care at no cost. And everybody's, you know, ecstatic with that. But then with New Life Evangelism, Reverend Rice has been providing shelter, food for the homeless, and whatever medical care he can refer them to, as well as other benefits. And for them to want to shut them down and take that away as though we're inhuman. You know, I think that is trifling. I think it's horrible. It's horrible on our political officials. You know, especially our previous mayor. I mean, 16 years, and to allow that to happen, I got a problem with that.
Okay, then. And within that, I know you supported a number of the rallies down at the New Life Evangelistic Center. I've been quoted in the major daily newspaper, the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, upon them closing it, that was led by some demonic forces and leadership coming out. And when you mentioned in terms of 100 years of the Humane Society, you know, there was a law passed under the Slay administration that kind of forbade people from giving food to those.
Absolutely.
You know, that's totally madness. If you had a dog, I guess you can feed a dog.
You can feed a dog.
As opposed to a human.
Don't give an extra White Castle or hamburger to the homeless. Don't give them an extra quarter that you may not need in your meter because they want to fine you $500 or jail. That is ridiculous.
Absolutely. One other thing, one other issue that you were very involved in, just want people to be aware of. You know, there's been a number of young ladies that have come up missing, with one, Regina Sykes in particular. Share with Monica Sykes.
Monica Sykes,
and
absolutely.
Regina is her mother, I'm sorry. Your involvement.
Well, unfortunately, you know, I do so much. I didn't know about Monica Sykes being missing immediately when she became missing. And her mom, Regina Sykes, had reached out to me. She saw myself, she saw actually the whole organization, Universal African People Organization. We were out there frontline when the 11-year-old girl came up missing, and we were actually at the location where she was discovered in a vacant building. And I think Ms. Sykes, she saw the video and some of the news coverage from that, and so she contacted me and asked me, could I help her? She's trying to locate Monica Sykes. So, of course, you know, so I'm trying to figure out what can I do. So anything that she asked the public to do, come out and pass out flyers, walk the street. As a matter of fact, Zaki, you know, yourself, you was out there, we were walking it together.
Absolutely.
On several occasions.
Right.
And so, of course, we did that. And we just kept trying to get the word out. I wanted to, since I'm a filmmaker, I felt like, well, maybe I should do a movie on her. But I don't have the financing to do the movie. Plug, if anybody want to, you know, help contribute to some finances for a film, call me. But anyway, didn't have the finance to do the movie. So then I decided, you know what, I'm going to do a TV show.
I heard that. Can you hold that thought? I know we'll have to take a quick break and we'll come back and we'll finish that part of our conversation.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right.
Give generously to the poor, and do so without a grudging heart. Then because of this, the Lord your God will bless you in all your work and in everything you put your hand to. There will always be poor people in the land. Therefore I command you to be open-handed toward your brothers and toward the poor and needy in your land.
In front of the 1411 Locust Building, we have the statue of the homeless Jesus. Neighbors don't want the homeless around. They want to do everything they can to drive them out of downtown. And I saw this happen firsthand. I'm Larry Rice, director of the New Life Evangelistic Center, how the system can actually create chaos and then want to blame it on the work of God. We have all these homeless people that have come forth and testified the fact that the police actually encouraged them to go and sleep between the 14th and 15th block on Locust prior to the cease and desist order taking effect at the New Life Evangelistic Center. They let them sleep out there for weeks, even months. And then once that order was given, they went out there with the police sweep and chased them all off. Well, now there may not be homeless people around there, but they're sure hurting, and there are many different locations. We believe that it's very important that we can get back into this 1411 Locust Building as soon as possible. And that's why we have all different types of repairs that are taking place. The problem is if the city keeps adding to their list because they're trying to perpetually keep us out, then we're going to have to go to court with this whole issue. That's why I'm asking for, number one, your prayers, and you continue financial support so we can make the repairs. And number three, a legal process that's so absolutely essential at this time that's far beyond the 1411 Locust Building. It relates to groups all over and churches all over that want to reach out in response to the scriptures and let the light and love of the homeless Jesus, who said that foxes have holes and birds have nests, but he, the Son of Man, had nowhere to lay his head, to live through them. We're striving to do that at New Life Evangelistic Center. Even though the 1411 Locust Building is presently closed, we're doing everything we can to help homeless people. Some we're taking to Winsville, Missouri, getting them into hotel rooms where they're finding jobs right away. Others we're getting a wide range of training programs. We're helping them with literally hundreds and hundreds of Metrolink bus tickets so they can get out and find jobs and all different types of emergency supplies. And all this is possible because of those of you that are praying, caring, and sharing with the New Life Evangelistic Center. So please send your gift now to P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri 63166.
Now is the time to pray. And as you're praying, please remember New Life Evangelistic Center and its daily work among the hurting, the hungry, and the homeless. Remember the Bible, ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it shall be opened to you.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zaki Baruti, and in studio with me is Wright, a filmmaker and activist in our community, a member of the Universal African Peoples Organization, and she has her own organization also. And on the flip side, we were talking about missing people and your involvement, as well as myself and our organization involvement with searching for a young lady named Monica Sykes, who eventually was found, and unfortunately...
Yeah, absolutely. The last call Regina called for the community to come out and support, Regina had actually contacted Texas EquiSearch team, and they came up from, the Ohio branch came up. And so everybody that was interested in helping showed up and showed out in Berkeley, and we searched for her actually in Kinloch. And so I was proud to say that I am definitely one of the members that was out there, and it was cold that day, you know, but we searched, and unfortunately, but fortunate for closure, we were able to discover the remains of Monica Sykes. At the time, we couldn't say if that was her or not, but it was later confirmed by her mother that that was her, you know, and so hopefully that gave the family some peace. We can never say closure because that's your child.
Right.
But as a result of that, Regina will be one of the guests at the Juneteenth celebration coming up.
Okay, then, and we'll get into the Juneteenth. But last but not least, very quickly in terms of, there's an epidemic, I would say, of missing people, and especially Black women. Can you quickly share with our listening audience the statistics around missing people?
Well, in the state of Missouri, we have about 1,000 missing people. Just here in the state of Missouri alone. St. Louis County has about 209, I believe. St. Louis City about 135. And in the United States, there's over 82,000 missing African American females and about 21,000 missing African American men. So that's a serious issue, you guys, and we definitely have to take that serious. We have to keep up with our people better, as well as when someone is reach out to people. You know, when you see someone at the bus stop by themselves late at night, especially a young girl, you know, stop and see, you know, if you can just sit in your car until her bus come, would be going beyond the call of duty, because we can't afford to keep losing our people.
I appreciate that. And to that end, our organization, as an extension of that 12-year-old being found in a vacant building, started what we call UAPO neighborhood patrols. And we need to increase that because we need to be watchful, as well as we are brothers and sisters keepers. One last thing before we get into Juneteenth. You know, early on I was mentioning about New Life Evangelistic Center. Just want to make sure that people are aware that it was just one office of New Life. In fact, a walk-in homeless shelter located at 1411 Locust that was closed. But as we're doing this show, New Life Evangelistic Center also have additional offices.
Thank God.
And
still rolling.
And still rolling. I want to really compliment the work of New Life Evangelistic Center. So to that end, Juneteenth. What is Juneteenth?
Juneteenth is America's second day of independence. It's the celebration of the Emancipation Proclamation, and it started in Texas 152 years ago.
Okay, and what was, just for a historical perspective, what is or was the Emancipation Proclamation? Who issued it, and approximately in terms of the year?
Okay, well, in 1863 is when Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, and he did it at 12:01. Right after midnight. So therefore, the slaves was up all night, New Year's Eve, waiting to learn what our faith would be. And when he announced, President Lincoln said, "Hey, you know, we're signing this, and you guys will be free." And that's where the Emancipation Proclamation, you know.
So for historical clearness, though, you know, in terms of being a history teacher, it actually did not literally free people, because you know, the war continued, which had started in 1861 to 1865. That was signed in 1863, but it just stated that, I guess, when those states would be taken over by the northern states, I mean the Union, then the people would be free.
Well, you know, the 13th Amendment came in. So
1865, right.
So in December 1865, 13th Amendment came in and it ratified it.
Right.
And so, but the war, like you said, what You know, our slaves were in that war, men and women.
Right.
And America was losing the war, simple as that.
You mean the northern?
The
so
northern, right, the northern
yeah,
part, the northern
against
states,
the south, right.
exactly, was losing the war, and they needed us.
Right.
And when our men and women came in that war, and some of them were just given knives to fight front line with knives against the South with guns. So, but anyway, we did what we had to do, and we won that war.
Okay, then. So, in terms of the celebration, the historical celebration of Juneteenth, the Emancipation Proclamation was announced, and many people did not get the news until...
They didn't get the news. It was supposed to be in the teens, between the third. So that's why I celebrate between the 13th and the 19th, because the first general they sent out on the hearse. It wasn't call me up on my cell phone. So when they sent them out on the hearse, somebody killed the first general. So then they had to send another one out to spread the news. So they don't know exactly what date it is, but it is in the teens. So that's why they call it Juneteenth. And it's actually an official holiday right here in the state of Missouri and 40 other states.
Oh, is that right?
It's been a holiday since 2003.
And in that it's been 2003. What kind of... in that it's been a holiday, and you know we have a lot of holidays in this country. What has been the response from especially the black community as well as just the general population to Juneteenth?
Well, you know, it's a case of when you know better, you do better. St. Louis is on a late wagon for a lot of stuff. I just have to give it to you. Atlanta, Chicago, New York, California, all these states, Texas, of course, because it started in Texas, it originated there. They've been celebrating Juneteenth since 152 years. And St. Louis, a lot of blacks was not conscious of it. And that's the reason why, you know, we had a couple of Juneteenth celebrations, and that was it. And I appreciate that. And they've been going on for about 10 years. But never a Juneteenth parade. We have the BP parade, which is the Ku Klux Klan parade, no doubt. I mean, Google it. I'm not, you know, throwing smoke. You'll see the Klan in robe with the guns, okay? And we're out there celebrating that, you know, for what? You know, celebrate what you want, but our day of freedom is Juneteenth. And I recommend that everybody come and celebrate your day of freedom if you got an ounce of black blood in your body.
Okay, on that note, we got to take another quick break, and then we'll be right back with further details.
Hear this, you who trample the needy and do away with the poor of the land. Let justice roll on like a river, righteousness like a never-failing stream. You trample on the poor and force him to give you grain. Therefore, though you have built stone mansions, you will not live in them. Though you have planted lush vineyards, you will not drink their wine. For I know how many are your offenses and how great your sins. You oppress the righteous and take bribes, and you deprive the poor of justice in the courts. Seek good, not evil, that you may live. Then the Lord God Almighty will be with you, just as you say he is. Hate evil, love good.
When I was hungry, New Life Evangelistic Center has fed me. When I needed clothes, he clothed me. And when I needed a bed to sleep in, he also provided that. And I'm grateful, very grateful, to New Life Evangelistic Center.
You all are just blessed, and we just need, help sometimes.
I thank the Lord for Larry Wright because he helped many of people like me that's on disability, need help. Without him, I don't know what I would do.
You need help, you come down here and they will help you. That's all you have to do.
We found ourselves nowhere to go, and New Life was an independent shelter, which means, you didn't have to go through the Housing Resource Center. You could just come in.
They helped me, to keep me off the cold, give me a place to sleep, eat. They clothe me, and they helped me solve my problem.
Because of all of you that are praying, caring, and sharing with the New Life Evangelistic Center, improvements are continuing to be made in the 1411 Locust building. Yes, all kinds of improvements are taking place inside at this particular time. They're getting all the permits that they need in order to get everything fixed up so that New Life Evangelistic Center can open up right away for its daytime services, providing for the day center, the free stores, and all the other services that are taking place there. But we still need you to continue to pray. Please continue to believe God with us for a financial miracle of $200,000 to complete this work at this time so those improvements can be made in an expedient way. Please send that much needed gift now to New Life Evangelistic Center at P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri. That's 63166. New Life Evangelistic Center for 45 years has been working to be there when people are hurting. We want to continue in every way possible. So as New Life expands in other areas, we want to get back into the 1411 Locust building with the necessary improvements. It's P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri. That's 63166.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zaki Baruti, and in studio with me is Wright, and she's organizing a major Juneteenth affair. What date is that affair will be taking place, and exactly what would be the components of that?
The Juneteenth holiday parade and celebration will take place on Father's Day. That's June 18th at Beckett Park. The parade will start on Delmore and Vandervander, heading west up Vandervander to Taylor.
And where is Beckett Park?
Beckett Park is at 4400 Page. Okay. So the parade will end right there in the park, and we invite everybody to come out and participate. We have an awesome lineup. We have Percy Green.
Where does the parade begin?
The parade begins at Delmore and Vandervander.
Delmore and
Vandervander. That's the northwest corner. And it ends at Beckett Park.
Okay, now during the day's activities, what is the time frame? What time do people need to be at the parade?
The parade is going to start at 1 o'clock sharp.
1 p.m.
1 p.m. sharp. And we're going to stay on time. And it's starting at 1 p.m. sharp, and it'll end inside of Beckett Park at Page and Taylor. It's going to be an awesome event. St. Louis Fire Department and St. Louis Police Department it will be there. We have a host of great lineup of jazz players, blues players, Marty Abdullah, Reedus Miller, the Theta Wilson, and the Bobby Brittany Band. And Theta, as a matter of fact, is one of the ladies who her son is still missing. Okay. And so we have guest speakers. Regina Sykes is going to be there. Yours truly, Mr. Reverend Rice, Larry Rice is going to be there speaking on the homeless, because we are pushing the awareness of the homeless, sickle cell, and the missing, because those are three serious issues in the Black community especially, and nationwide, not just locally, but nationwide. So we want to keep that alive, keep the awareness out there, and that's what it's about. But our queen, can I tell you about our queen?
Absolutely.
Our queen of the parade is this year Mrs. Ollie Stewart. That's a senior citizen woman herself. Over 40 years, this lady has been overseeing the senior citizens, making sure they get to and from their doctors, the dialysis, to concerts, to ball games, everything. We cannot forget about our seniors, because know them, know us.
So within that context, so that day would be filled with a lot of festivities as well as educational remarks by different people.
One of the main festivities, Zaki, would be we're going to honor our king. Last year's king was Dick Gregory. This year's king will be kings. Every father or father figure, you are the kings, know you're the king, and come and get your crown. We will have a golden crown for you. Come up on the stage, get your crown. And to top it off, we're going to have the singer Jeremiah. He will be singing Dance with My Father, and it will be a father and son and daughter dance. Whatever your child is, bring them, because you would have your special day, and wear your crown from that day on, brothers. Know you are the king.
I know that's right. Is everybody of all races?
All races are welcome. It's not just a Black thing. It took white people. The Underground Railroad, Harriet Tubman white folks had to hide us. They taught us to read. Black people just didn't own all them houses when we were going through the Underground Railroad. A lot of whites has died, lost their lives for us to vote, for us to be free, for a lot of things. And they marched in their civil rights as well. So everybody is welcome. Please come. It's a beautiful, safe, fun, family-free event. And we're asking everybody to come out, enjoy yourself, and learn something. It's about education, entertainment, and celebration.
Now, if anybody really wants some information about the Juneteenth affair, how would they get in contact with you?
Please call us at 314-769-6067. And go to the website, slice.com, that's SLICCCE, or JuneteenthHoliday.com. And Juneteenth, I know it's a funny word, but it's JUNETEENTHHOLIDAY. That's JuneteenthHoliday.com. And Zaki, I didn't get
wait a minute, why don't you repeat it one more time, because I want people to make sure that they are aware and to get involved. One more time.
Come to Beckett Park. It'll end at Beckett Park. That's 4400 Page on Father's Day, June 18th. That's a Sunday. The event will start from 12 noon to 7 p.m. Everybody's welcome. The parade will start at 1 o'clock sharp. Go to the
Starting
website.
where? At Delmore?
Delmore and at the corner of Delmore and Vandervander. That's where the parade will start. It'll go west of Delmore to Taylor, north on Taylor, right into the Beckett Park, 4400 Page. Can't miss us. Phone number 314-769-6067. Website, JuneteenthHoliday.com or Slice.com. I'm Coffee Wright. You can Google me. I am Googleable. Also look on Facebook. Like us on Facebook. You'll love us in person.
On that note, we'll take another quick break, and then
Okay.
we'll come back to conclude the program.
Thanks to New Life Evangelistic Center, thousands of mothers with children around the world can stay together. They can pursue their educations, and they grow in grace and in the knowledge of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Thank you to all of our Club 24 members who make this miracle happen.
Moving, oh, they're disapproving. Keep them doggies moving, Lord. Don't try to understand them, just rope and throw and brand.
And so a friend and I slept in an abandoned house, and we got arrested.
Move 'em on, hit 'em up, move 'em on, hit 'em up, raw high. Cut 'em out, ride 'em in, let 'em out, cut 'em out, ride 'em in, raw high.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zaki Baruti. In studio with me is Coffee Wright, and we're talking about the Juneteenth parade and activities that will be taking place Sunday, June 18th. Coffee, is there anything else that you'd like for our
Can we
people?
close it with the national anthem?
You can close it however you like to close it.
Juneteenth national anthem. Up anxiously all day, New Year's Eve, awaiting to learn what our faith would be. Thousands of prayers went up for the blessings to come down. Pleading to God, remove the shackles from our ankles now. Excited when it was announced, President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Slavery will be abolished, read that documentation. Effective the year of 1863 in the middle of June. Yes, freedom, freedom, all blacks' freedom was well overdue. December 8, 1865, the 13th Amendment ratified. Abolition of slavery in this nation. Cease human sales and forced labor on every plantation. Our ancestors' works, fights, and deaths should never be in vain. From this day forward, we uphold strength in our name. Recorded no official date, so we acknowledge the entire week. Proudly celebrate our independence all 7 days. Worldly recognize we honor Juneteenth. You can find that in my book, Free Your Mind, at Amazon.com. I'm Coffee Wright, and that's right, I said it.
I know that's right, Coffee Wright. I mean, you know, it's been indeed a pleasure having you on the show. And one more time for our people who are interested in helping you with the program and maybe making donations, how do they get in contact with you?
Please just call me, 314-769-6067. 314-769-6067. And you can go to my website, slice.com, SLICCE.com.
So with that said, and also you're an author, you wear so many hats, and that's great.
Thank
and
you.
I love the title of your book, Free Your Mind. And that's what this program is all about, trying to free people's minds and give them different perspectives of what they need to be about. And we encourage everyone out in the listening audience, if you don't belong to an organization, then you need to belong to an organization. And we also, as an organization, welcome you to our folds. And anybody who may be interested in the Universal African Peoples Organization, you can give us a call at area code 314-833-4151 or directly to myself, 314-477-4629. It needs to be a badge of honor for everybody to be part of an organization. Continue the great work that you're doing, Coffee.
Thank you.
God bless everyone that's listening. Stay tuned for next week. Look forward to talking with you.